Yes, the rumors are true. Actually, it's definitely not a rumor because I already announced it on my Instagram, but I'm running the Chicago Marathon in October 2019. October 13th to be exact. That is in 178 days, a little under 6 months, and we are absolutely getting after it. This video is just going to be mainly of why I chose to run Chicago, and I guess like what you guys can expect from me over the next 6 months in terms of like me sharing my training and everything, and like who I'm working with, what my training is going to look like. I guess let's just settle in right now. To start off with, over the past few years, I honestly feel like I fell out of love with running. I don't even know where to begin to explain my relationship with running, but when I graduated early and didn't take my last season of eligibility, I feel like I was in a toxic relationship with running. On one hand, I knew I really liked the sport and it would always be part of my identity, but on the other hand, I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. And so it was like two things were just like tugging against each other, and that was so hard for me to cope with. Like, I feel like I was losing my entire identity, but I also like still wanted to keep it around, but I couldn't at the same time mentally. So the past year has just been like struggle city, I guess, when it comes to my relationship with running. The best thing I did during this time was take time off. Take time off from everything. Take time off from cardiovascular exercise, from obviously running every day, from worrying about what I ate, from worrying about how much I slept every night, from not going out with my friends on the weekend. And it was hands down the best thing I could have done. And I regret none of it. This break and leaving college early helped me realize why I run in the first place. I've learned so much about myself over the past year just being away from the sport. I almost feel like I lost myself in the sport of running for a few years. Like, I feel like I wasn't even myself. It's so hard to explain. Anyone that's close to me, I think, saw the difference. I mean, it was hard. I even, like, looking back, like, I could just see a difference in the person I was, you know, when I was running in college and the person I, like, was in high school, or I don't know. Like, I just feel like I wasn't excited to run. And it was hard. It was a hard time period, and I feel like my YouTube channel really brought a sense of fun back into racing, back into working out. And I don't think, honestly, I could have gone through my senior year without having this YouTube channel. Like, I think you guys kept me sane, but it was inevitable. I needed to take a break. It was very good for me, though it was very hard to deal with not running, me basically putting pressure on myself to do something, to exercise, to eat healthy, like I did before, but like something my brain was just like, no, you cannot. I felt burnt out. I was burnt out. Long story short, I was burnt out. It was a weird time period. Like, one day I felt super motivated. I'm like, okay, and I would write myself out an entire running training plan. And then the next day I'd be like, no, actually I don't want to ever run again. And it was hard because I literally could not trust what I would even think to myself. It was so weird. Like, I've never had such a flaky year over the past year when it comes to like my fitness. Like, I just couldn't, not even in my fitness, just with everything. Like, I just couldn't focus on one thing. Like, I was just all over the place. And it's hard when I knew running made me happy, but it was also running that was making me so unhappy during this time period. And I think that's what the hardest thing was to deal with. I'm definitely going to post a whole video soon about my burnout and, you know, my progression through it. One of the things that really helped me like pull myself out of the exercise battle was the road to pull up. And I know I definitely did not follow through with that series the way I wanted to. And looking back, I just knew I wasn't ready to fully commit to like working out wholeheartedly. Like, I think it really helped me, you know, get back in the mindset of like feeling pain again, because it had been a long time since I felt pain, but I don't know, I just wasn't ready. I don't know, I just like want to be honest with you guys, because I feel like I just left that out in the open, and it makes me feel bad because I didn't follow through with it, but like, I just knew I wasn't ready. I don't regret it at all or anything. I still think it was a great thing for me to do, like go through those 12 weeks, but I didn't follow through with it. Anyways, so the start of the new year, I was like, okay. I started exercising more and just, you know, going on runs every now and again when I wanted to. I was still really focused on my hormone level and kind of like balancing that out. And then I got my period for the first time. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the video because it got a lot of views, and that's really funny because now so many people know about that situation. Anyways, okay. So I started running and I did not commit myself to anything. I did not put any pressure on myself to run a certain amount of miles a week. I didn't sign up for any races. I didn't announce anything on my YouTube channel because I was like, I can't do this without knowing I'm gonna follow through with it and not be a flake. And anyways, now going into the marathon. My headspace is in the best place it has been in probably 4 years, at least. I've been training for probably 5 weeks straight now, full-time training, so over a month. And my mindset is just so different than before. I wake up genuinely excited to work out, and I have not felt that way in literally 4 years, probably 4 years. I used to dread workouts, especially in college. I would just dread them. And now, like, waking up and, like, wanting to go for a run, it's honestly foreign to me because I can't even remember the feeling, but it feels so good to, like, be doing something I want to do and being motivated again. I am genuinely enjoying the struggle of running and not dreading it, and just being grateful for being out there and like being excited to run again, because it's been so long since I've been excited to run. And now I just, like, I don't know, when I'm out there running, I just am so thankful for like pulling myself out of the past year of my life, or just like pulling myself out of the mindset. I don't even know really what switched. Anyways, well, I'll talk about that in another video. So let's start with the why. Why the marathon? Why Chicago? So when I went to Nike headquarters last month, I was there for a media event, and one of the Nike people asked me if I wanted to run the Chicago Marathon. And at first I was like, Then I thought about it a little bit. It's in October, 6 months away, and I was like, honestly, why not? I've been running more. I am enjoying running. I don't have any goals on the horizon that I was really looking at. I was thinking about doing the Solana Beach Triathlon because I've been spending a lot of time on my bike and swimming a little bit more. And that was during the summer. I also had this goal in the back of my mind that I wanted to break 5 minutes in the mile by July, so right around the time of the triathlon. But then this opportunity with the Chicago Marathon came up. And because of Nike, I am now going to be running the Chicago Marathon. And I'm super excited. I mean, it does seem very daunting. Like, I'm a miler. My max, basically 50 miles a week. You know, that's what I've been training like for my whole life. I have never run longer than 13 miles. How am I possibly gonna do this? Let's get to the how. First of all, I'm approaching my training very differently than I ever have before. And this is so good for me because me being burnt out from, you know, my college training and even my high school training, like, it is so refreshing to have a whole different sort of training program than what I'm used to. You know, just the normal 50 miles a week with the standard training runs, tempo runs, intervals, blah, 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 blah. When I was first starting to run again, you know, I would do my usual, you know, 4 to 6 miles at 7:30 pace. And I would finish every run dying. Literally dying. Like, 7:30 pace used to feel easy for me, and I would feel pretty defeated after the runs, but I kept doing it, and I was exhausted after these runs. And I think this is what in the past would make me very discouraged and want to give up so easily, is because I dreaded going into every run because I knew it was gonna feel like a tempo run every time I went running. Now my mindset is completely different and so healthy because of the coaches at Shop Performance. I'll link their website down below, but basically it's online endurance training, and the best thing I've done right now is get a coach. Having someone tell you exactly what to do is amazing. There's nothing like it. Like, there's a reason why people don't coach themselves. And for this entire marathon series, I am approaching training so differently than I have in the past. Basically, I'm training in heart rate zones. I will go into more detail throughout the weeks because we have a lot of time together on this series. But right now I'm spending a lot of time in zone 2, and it's quite boring. It is a lot of base work, and it's easy base work, and I'm running a lot slower than I have in the past, but I'm so like recovered for the next workout that it makes me excited to do it. It's just so different than anything I've ever done, and it's really refreshing. I will also be running with power. It's a very new approach to running. It's pretty common in cycling and triathlon even, but I will definitely be making a more in-depth video about running with power. This entire series is gonna be extremely data oriented. I have never been a data person in the past, especially when it comes to running. I mean, I'm not really a numbers gal. Like, the thing I would track was my miles per week and the pace. But like, we're talking specific heart rates, specific fitness levels. Like, there's literally a number for your fitness level. So when you run with power, we're tracking watts. Like, It's unlike anything that I've really seen before in the running world, and I'm super excited to bring more data to my YouTube channel because it literally shows you how you gain fitness. Anyways, we'll go into more depth later. One of the things that keeps me motivated with running, like to continue my running career, is that I have never focused on the little things. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, or you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm not known to foam roll. Core? Who is she? Stretching? I don't do that. Literally my trainer in college said, Emma, your hips are weak and tight. And I knew this, but I did nothing about it because I was lazy. With the help of the coaches at Shop Performance, they have implemented this stuff into my schedule, so I am literally required to do it. It's honestly great because I need that accountability factor, and that's why I have a coach in the first place, and I'm super excited because it will make me so much stronger. Like, Emma the knee lift gal will be there for once in her life. Like, my knee lift is terrible, and it's gonna be better because I'm actually gonna work on it instead of just accepting it as my fate. Another thing that we are going to have to work on during the series is nutrition. Nutrition is going to be a huge factor for a lot of reasons. The past year, because of my hormone levels, I basically give myself the freedom to eat whatever I wanted, and I wasn't necessarily eating the way I was when I was competing. And I honestly loved every second of it. I focused very heavily on fats, like the amount of peanut butter I ate, infinite. Seriously. And it was very good for my hormones and for my mental health, you know, just giving myself a little bit of relaxation time with the food. Since training again, I've definitely incorporated a lot more whole foods back into my diet. More than anything, eating whole foods helps my recovery time so much. Like, my muscles will just not ache the next day if I like eat healthy. And I know this. It's just incorporating that discipline back into my routine that I haven't really had for a year. Another thing, it's marathon training. I am doing a lot more cardiovascular exercise than I have been doing in the past my whole life. So one thing that I have been incorporating is fueling while I am exercising. So that means goos, electrolyte drinks, gels, little gummies while on the bike, and that is completely new to me. So I'm excited to showcase that too, because I just haven't really done that before in the past. And okay, I'll say it. Emma, what are your goals for the marathon? Well, the first goal is to have fun and enjoy the process again. So I'm already having a great time doing my training right now. I've been very consistent. My fitness levels have been increasing. I've been loving the process. I've been loving the structure that's been added to my day, and just the feel of exercising again makes me feel so good, and I don't dread it. So let's check that. That's going good so far. Number 2, stay healthy. This is gonna be a lot of exercise, and the foam rolling and the stretching, the nutrition, like everything is just gonna play a giant role in me staying healthy for the next 6 months. And beyond that too. Also, just easing myself into running the miles, like incorporating a lot of cycling, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, just a combination of everything is really gonna help me get to that starting line feeling fresh, fit, and uninjured. The next goal. I know everyone is gonna ask me what time I want to run. And at this point, I don't have a set time goal because I am just too far out, and I don't really want to set limits on myself or really focus on the time. I have a general goal, and it's to break 3 hours. I definitely think that's doable, but I'll be adjusting this goal over time as I see where my fitness is progressing, because I definitely think I could run faster potentially, but I also don't want to stress myself out over time right now. And the last goal is, I think, the most important goal, and that is to prove myself that I can do it. I feel like even in college, and especially the past year, I've just given up on myself too many times. I feel so motivated right now to just like give it my all, and it's just been such a long time coming, and I'm finally feeling good about it. I'm 22 years old. Why not, you know, document this entire journey without any embarrassment or anything? Like, I just want to be raw and real with you guys, show my struggles, show all of the highs and lows of marathon training, like my good workouts, my bad workouts, where I'm starting from. I think honestly this is going to be the most raw and real footage I've ever shown on my YouTube channel. I don't know, I'm just very ready to be like completely open with you guys on like how my training's going and share everything. And with all of that being said, there's going to be a Chicago episode coming out every single Wednesday on various topics or showing like the workouts I'm doing. There's definitely going to be other videos on my YouTube channel too, but Wednesdays are going to be set specifically for Chicago and my progression with the training. A big thank you to all of you guys who have supported me over the past, ever since I started this YouTube channel. I know it's been a whirlwind, and yes, I've been all over the place, but I finally feel like myself again. and it's a great feeling. And I'm so glad that you guys have supported me along this journey, and I'm super excited just to see, you know, over the next 6 months where my fitness goes and just me loving running again. I also really want to encourage other people to share their journeys too. I'm gonna be hosting various challenges throughout this entire 6 months on my Instagram. It's linked down below, so feel free to follow that if you want to join in, you know, go all in for the next 6 months or whatever goals that you do have. And let's get after it, fellas, all right? All right, with that being said, mile 2 marathon. Let's go, baby. I'll see you soon. First training episode coming next Wednesday. So, time to go foam roll. Peace out, fellas.